It's being reported that this spring there's an opportunity for the heavyweight matchup between Dillian Whyte and Otto Wallin can finally take place, possibly in April. What a laugh. Dillian Whyte was supposed to face Otto Wallin last year, but he pulled out of a fight with Mr. Wallin only to see himself get stopped in his challenge for the heavyweight title of the world against Tyson Fury. Let's talk about the possibility of these two men finally facing off again. Does anyone care? Dillian Whyte versus Otto Wallin was supposed to take place October 30th at the O2 London Arena, but it didn't happen. Whyte pulled out of the match with a so-called alleged shoulder injury, which only see him get the opportunity shortly afterwards to challenge Tyson Fury for Fury's WBC heavyweight title. We all know what happened there. It's no secret. In April of 2022, Whyte, who for so many years he's been waiting for the title shot, finally got his shot, only to crash in a 6-round TKO loss against Tyson Fury that saw him succumb to his Achilles, the uppercut. Yeah. Dillian Whyte has shown the propensity to be a sucker for an uppercut. Had he just gone ahead with his originally scheduled bout with Otto Wallin, it may have given him an opportunity to be better prepared for a fight against a fighter like Tyson Fury, who has more technical skills than anyone that Whyte has faced, including Anthony Joshua. But that was not the case. So he went into that fight ill-prepared against Tyson Fury. It was really a lackluster effort, and his record dropped to 28-2. 28-3. His recent victory was over Jermaine Franklin, and many people feel that he didn't win the fight against Franklin. Dillian Whyte is the type of fighter that has no real agenda here. He has been placed in a situation where he gets fights and an opponent or the A-side fighter that faces him has an opportunity to shake off some ring rust, get some work in, but you never really have to count on Whyte beating you up or beating you down or upsetting you. And that's an upset within itself, because he's not a fighter that's going to give that full wholehearted effort that you really come to expect in the heavyweight division. This image that we have on the screen of him right now against Tyson Fury is what people have come to know when it comes down to Dillian Whyte. So, if he's going to face Otto Wallin again, not that he did the first time, there's something to bear in mind about the prospect of facing Otto Wallin. And that is, Mr. Wallin also faced Tyson Fury. Yes, he did. And Wallin actually fared much better against Fury. He faced Fury in September of 2019 and fought his way to a unanimous decision loss, in which many people felt that the fight was a lot closer. Maybe he didn't edge Fury out, but he put on the type of fight that many people didn't expect from him, because going in, he was an unknown against Tyson Fury. Now, there may have been fighters over in the UK, people and fans in the UK who knew of Otto Wallin, but when he fought Tyson Fury, it was at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, and many people didn't know him. We made fun of his name. We actually made fun of where does he come from. But in a scorching battle against Tyson Fury, he opened up a cut that required 47 stitches above Fury's right eye. Otto Wallin had arrived on the scene against Tyson Fury. And so now, if this April he's going to face Dillian Whyte, he'll be bringing a record of 24-1 with 14 KOs into the ring. He tentatively has a bout scheduled coming up against Helman Alogan, but that fight may not happen if this proposed fight against Dillian Whyte is on the table. Wallin was going to take that as a stay busy fight to begin with, because it was only going to be scheduled for 8 rounds. Prior to that, in May of last year, 2022, he fought Rydell Booker, won a unanimous 10-round decision. Prior to that, in February of 2022, he fought Kamil Sokolowski and won an 8-rounder. And everyone saw his 2021 February fight against Dominique Breazeale, where he basically beat up Dominique Breazeale for 12 rounds. Many people were calling for Dominique Breazeale to sit it out after that. But this is what I want to say about a proposed fight against Dillian Whyte and Otto Wallin. If they are to come together, it's going to be very interesting, because I do believe that Wallin is the type of fighter that fights up or down to the quality of the opposition that he faces. And in this instance, we don't know which Dillian Whyte will show up. Whyte has been known to pack on the pounds and come into bouts very much out of shape and weighing a significant amount heavier than what he should going into his matches. Will he do that against Otto Wallin? Or will he look to come in and be a championship caliber type fighter? It remains to be seen. But one thing you can believe is that Wallin is going to show up, and he's going to show out, because that opportunity that was missed against Dillian Whyte was supposed to grant him an opportunity to continue to make his name in the sport. And Whyte took that off the table from him. It's a very interesting scenario when you think about it, because some of these fighters are fighting for different causes and purposes. And a fighter like Otto Wallin may be looking to secure legacy. Where he stands currently, he's 32 years of age. He's 6'5.5" with a 78-inch reach. Dillian Whyte, who seemingly has been around forever, is the elder statesman at 35. And he's 6'4" with a 78-inch reach. But he hasn't done much to really show that he's ready for that next level, even though he called out for Deontay Wilder seemingly forever. But we all feel that that was only a ploy to act as a buffer by Matchroom and Ed Hearn to keep the Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua flames put out. Everyone feels that a fight with Dillian Whyte would only be a scorching knockout by Deontay Wilder, whom said he wouldn't mind fighting Whyte as long as Anthony Joshua was attached to the contract. Whyte had done nothing to earn the shot at the WBC title when Deontay Wilder possessed it. And he really still hadn't done much when Tyson Fury gave him the opportunity. Fury, being a fellow countryman, has done well by helping a brother out. He recently did it with Derek Chisora and Dillian Whyte. So when you look at it, Fury seems to be a man of opportunity when it comes down to his countrymen. But what about these two guys facing each other? Wallin wanted a rematch against Fury, and Fury didn't even consider it. The first fight was rough enough. And when Fury's roughhouse tactics didn't work against Wallin, he had no recourse but to just hang in there and try to gut it out, which he did. But it was marked experience for Otto Wallin. Again, a fighter who fights up or down to the level of his opposition. And you have to think that if they're going to face one another, Dillian Whyte and Otto Wallin, something's going to happen here between these two guys. And you have to think about it. Will Whyte choose to take this fight with all its risks? Because if he loses, it could be over for him as far as big money fights. He may very well back out of this. But promoter Dimitri Salita says this is an option that's being explored between these two guys. I, for one, don't think it's going to happen. Ed Hearn is keeping Whyte as an option for Anthony Joshua in the event that Anthony Joshua gets beyond his first comeback fight since dropping the second fight against Alexander Usyk. Whyte is that option. And if he's going to cash Whyte out, it'll be against AJ. Because the two of them are at a stage now where they could possibly cancel one another out. One could beat the other, and that'll be all that Hearn has left. So, Otto Wallin should go ahead with this fight that he has scheduled and let the chips fall where they may. Maybe Jermaine Franklin would be a great opponent for him coming up. Now, I know that AJ's camp is talking about the possibility of facing Franklin, but just think, what if Franklin upsets Joshua too? Wow. The possibilities are incredible. What do you think about that? It's going to be interesting because Otto Wallin against Jermaine Franklin is a good fight. Franklin moves his hands. So does Wallin. It's not going to be a cakewalk for any of these guys in the heavyweight division because there are fighters who have enough talent to push forth good fights, and there are also fighters who are ambitious enough just to take a risk or two. Let's talk about it further. This is Stormy B-Man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and Liberated Perspective, a third eye view of the world. For more content such as this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Let me know what you think should be next for either of these guys, Otto Wallin or Dillian Whyte. I do think that they should face each other, but it's a high risk roll of the dice for Matchroom and DAZN, who seem to want to keep Dillian Whyte in their pocket. Let me know your thoughts. Peace, and shout out to the mighty LDBC.